want to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below.
Keep it going, 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 keep it going.
All right, so now it's time for me to step in due to the fact of the audio of Ashanti. So the main reason I'm pushing forth this video is to showcase, right, what takes place, right? You clearly see how enamored, right, and interested the men are, because this is in a sense simulating something, right? And you see on the side the women basically egging her on, like especially the one in the red pants that was, slightly twerking on the ground, as well. And the woman, she just, she keeps going pretty much the whole exact, bottle up until the point where you see various times that it's, kind of, uh, what's the better word that I can sit up there and say? It's leaving her mouth, right? And this woman here, because like I said, this is the reason why I love when actual women step up and they start saying something about it, because it's not just me, a guy. Because normally if me, a guy, right, if that sounds like a brand new term, me, a guy. So if if I decide that I want to speak on this, I have people that want to say something, right? People want to chime in, people want to, say a variety of things, try to correct me. But if a woman, or if women directly say something, you're not going to roll up and try to correct other women and saying that they're wrong. I'm talking about specifically if it's guys. Um, because even online, I saw some guys try to say some stuff, and I'm like, okay, like I don't know how this is exactly working, but this is crazy. This is 100% crazy. Because I'm pretty sure that no guy would want their woman out there doing stuff like this in public. I can promise you that. No guy would want to see their mom or their aunts doing stuff like that in public. So for people to try to say that, oh yeah, this is, it's fine, it's this, is that, I don't see any problem. It's just everybody else's mind is in a gutter, and that this is innocent simulating something. And for people not to innocent see that or to understand that is baffling, and it's 1,000% crazy. Like, this woman is literally doing this just for the attention. And you had, I think I might have the comment somewhere up there. I'm going to play the comments in a second. But I think somebody had basically tried to say that she wasn't doing this to get the attention of men. I'm like, so who is she doing that for? Because sorry to say, last time I checked, this isn't simulating anything that women can do. It's not. I'm sorry, it's just not. So to in a sense say that is crazy. And the other part that you didn't get a chance to hear was the main person in the back cheering her on as well, which is a male, certain type of male, of course. So, like I said before, you have a lot of individuals that want to okay bad behavior. And to me, that is 1,000% ridiculous. Again, I'm going to reiterate, no man, let this be a man's daughter. He does not want to see this, nor does he want his daughter out here doing stuff like this. Now, some dudes might be like, well, if she grown, she out of my house, she can do whatever it is that she want to do. Nah, son, because at the end of the day, you know how men will sit up there and judge this. You know what type of attention that this is going to directly bring to her. So all of that stuff, like, oh well, she out of my house, and if your daughter's out of your house and she's having a problem with a dude, you're gonna be stepping directly in her house or wherever it is that she's having that problem. So all of that, she's out of my house nonsense that she can do, like I said, put that to bed somewhere, because we all know that's a fabrication. You sitting up here falsifying your line, because let your daughter have some problems with somebody, you rolling up there as a father. All right, so let's go to the comments. Wait, what is sexual about this? She's chugging an entire bottle of champagne, and you are the one thinking about other things. Y'all never sexualize Caucasian women when they take a whole can of beer to the head. You're bored. Firstly, let me just clarify this here. She really thought that she was doing something she wasn't. Firstly, it depends on how the beer, like what specifically they're using, in order to give her the beer and a variety of things and how it is that it's being poured. Like there's a variety of things that can take place, and I've seen dudes, in a sense, still do that. Um, but it's amazing to me that when you have a black woman that was the one that started the thread, that made the comment about it, she wants to try to flip it and spin it and place it directly on, I guess, black men, which is completely weird to me because it wasn't a black man who started this thread, who basically made the statement that I first showed you that I had attached to the video. Like I said, somehow, some way, you will have people up here that will still try to blame black men any which way, no matter who started the conversation. Craziness. So, out of all people, a guy rode up and told a woman that that's a bad take. And she responded, how so? Women can exist doing things they like without being hypersexualized. It's one thing to think it's attractive and another to be overly sexual about it. They clearly squirt liquor into people's mouths as part of the restaurant experience. So, how is that in any way justification? Bro, let me tell you something. I don't know what's happening out here with dudes stepping into conversations and specifically telling women that they are wrong on what it is that they know and what it is that they are seeing. She is a woman. She has more than likely experienced things that you've never experienced, heard things that you have never heard, seen things that you have more than likely never seen. And she knows the types of things that women can do in order to draw attention and in order to sexualize themselves in order to get that attention that they seek. And she's clearly stating that is what is taking place. And then you got a man out of all people. Like I said, I expect this from women because you're going to have other women, body block this type of behavior. Cool, I understand it. I get it. But to literally see a man try to have this conversation and to tell a woman that she is wrong, I cannot believe it. Then you're going to try to flip it. You're going to be like, well, this is the restaurant experience and they do this with people. We're not talking about people. Stop trying to swap it. Stay on topic. We're talking about women. More specifically, we're talking about this woman and what it is that she is doing. And you can clearly see the attention that is taking place. When she decided to do that, what happened? Pretty much everybody at the restaurant was looking directly at her because that's exactly what she wanted. And you see how it is. She's not sitting in a chair. She is technically balancing on her knees and the table in order, or the chair, in order to basically do this in a lower position. So, like I said before, in order for people not to actually see what is going on and what this represents is vastly crazy to me. Like I said, and to have a man out of all people trying to flip the conversation and to tell a woman that she is wrong, that is crazy. Like I said, it's weird out here. I don't know who these dudes are, but they need, I don't know what's happening. But like I said, I checked this dude's profile, and in one of his tags, it basically says on his profile, please send me a picture of your cat. So, like I said, you can take that any which way that you want to take it. But I specifically I can theorize exactly what that means. But like I said, some people say, oh man, you're reading too much into it. Maybe he really likes cats. I guess so. I guess so.
Here comes a new challenger!
This person said that's because she's not doing it for a man's attention. And besides, it speaks more to a man's character if he sexualizes something like this. All I see is a chick chugging some champagne. So let me let y'all know something real quick. A lot of the times when I read through these comments, I do, a little bit of research on the person that is stating it. I also go through their timeline. And every single time I do this and I see women body blocking for what is negative behavior, behavior that can be seen as trying to objectify themselves, sexualize or over sexualize themselves in order to get certain attention that they are seeking. It's usually women who are doing the exact same thing on their social media. They're on their timeline. They're sitting up there talking about the types of guys that they want for physical means. They're talking about how they're yearning and missing certain things. Some of them also have OnlyFans. So I'm like, oh, it makes sense now. While you're stating that it's okay for a woman to do this because this is what you do. This is your everyday work, right? While other people are sitting up here working, you're at home doing this, right? And then you want to, show up underneath posts where people are talking about correcting a certain type of behavior so that not only is it so that women don't get seen in a certain light and deemed in a certain light, but it's also so that young women and little girls don't copy this type of behavior and think that it's cute and okay to do. Like I said, you have a lot of people out here that want to okay this behavior, but they're not thinking long term. They're thinking short term. They're like, oh, why y'all got to sit up there and talk about women or these women? Why don't y'all sit up there and focus on something else? Like I said, y'all, a lot of y'all, when y'all leave comments, y'all ain't sitting up there focusing on the little girls that are watching social media, that are seeing grown adult women who look just like them doing stuff like this and looking at the attention that they're getting. So you mean to tell me that if a little girl was to sit up there and view this and watch this, like let's say it's a little girl that's interested, like, in guys, her age, right? And she doesn't really know how to get their, attention because maybe they don't deem her attractive, maybe they're overlooking or whatever it is, right? So she's going to look on social media to see what are grown women doing in order to obtain attention. It don't matter if it's in general or if it's specifically just for men. She's going to copy and mimic that so that she can turn around and do it in her own space so that she can get those guys instead of looking at other girls. They're going to be sitting up there looking at her and deeming her attractive for whatever it is. Like I said, a lot of y'all ain't sitting up here thinking long term, and that's the problem. That is the whole 100% problem. Like I said, I need a lot of people to get out of their emotions. That's where that whole emotional cap comes in, because emotions will cap logic. Logic can go as far as the universe. But if you put emotions on that, you're going to cap that real early. And every single time I come online, every single time I happen to make these videos, I see people putting their emotions directly in there, and they're not sitting up there thinking about the daughters out here. I can tell a lot of people don't even have daughters. So I can, see how people not looking at it. But you got more than likely nieces or green nieces or whatever it is, or you got, some little girl family member somewhere. But like I said, people are for whatever reason thinking that, this information that's online is not going to sit up there and reach them. It is, because all people do at this timeline is give kids tablets and cell phones. And kids are smart. In some instances with technology, kids are actually smarter than adults. Sorry to say, because they can figure out how to change your passcode and everything else and put it in their own stuff and lock you out of your own cell phone, tablet, or whatever it is. Like I said, y'all ain't paying attention to a lot of these kids because y'all want to just view them as like, oh, they're kids. They don't know nothing about nothing. Give a kid enough time, they're going to sit up there and know everything they need to know. They're going to know the ins and outs of certain things. They're going to be watching certain videos to learn how to actually fix, how to change, and how to add and subtract and all this type of stuff to whatever technology you hand to them. While you're just sitting up there thinking, oh, they're just sitting up there, watching some little cartoons, whatever it is that I put them on, they good, whatnot. All right, keep thinking that. Keep thinking that. But like I said, the end result is you're going to have young women and little girls looking at this type of behavior from grown women, adult women who are way older than them, looking at the attention that they are getting, which is the same attention that those young women are sitting up there seeking at this moment in time because they are unsure about themselves. They don't love themselves. They don't value themselves. They don't have knowledge of self because the women that are supposed to be teaching these young girls that are doing stuff like this, amongst other things on social media. So you, in a sense, got the blind leading the blind. So, like I said, the moment in time that women actually have a chance to actually teach and impart knowledge and wisdom onto young women, they opt not to. Because the same older women that should be imparting knowledge, they're also in the same exact clubs with the same young women going after the same guys of those young girls' age range. They view them as competition. Like I said, that's a story for a whole nother video because that shouldn't even be happening. So, like I said, everything is haywire, everything is all over the place. And, like I said, everything is crazy. Everything is completely crazy. And as I tell people before, everything that I list are examples and they're symptoms of a larger issue. All you have to sit up there and do is follow where everything is going. That's all you have to sit up there and do.